Welcome to WebOasis. What is WebOasis? WebOasis is a curator and aggregator for all the best content on the web. It has all the best search engines built in, all the best download and streaming sites, and much more. Let's go over the basics of the site and how everything works. In the bottom right hand corner you can see the chat room icon that will allow you to connect to the WebOasis community. In the upper right hand corner you can see the information display featuring things such as the date, time, operating system, browser version, resolution, and number of processor threads, as well as your IP if you click on that piece of text. The search bar in the middle of the page features 11 different search engines. Google is the default, however you can switch between the search engines by either clicking on them or typing in the 2-character code, such as !B followed by a space, and that will switch the search engine. It will automatically save your selection via a cookie, so you don't have to keep typing that. You can drop down to the drop down menus here, and the first drop down menu features many prominent download sites. First are some torrent sites, followed by some direct download sites and game sites. The second drop down list here features many different streaming sites, live TV, TV series, movies, sports, and subtitles. In this third column we have many different communities, message boards, hacker forums, and Where's forums. In the fourth column here we have the Reddit category. This has all different interesting subreddits, from piracy to Where's to jailbreaking to anything tech related or programming. It's all here. In the fifth column it's everything to do with not only web hosting but web development, graphic design, website creation, anything like that is going to be in this column. You have fonts, JavaScript compressors, different sites to get graphics and templates from, nulled scripts. The sixth drop-down menu, I guess, is kind of the reading column. The first 2/3 or so of the list is news sites and different blogs, security and tech blogs. Then it goes to things like Sci-Hub and LibGen, which is getting different scholarly articles for free and ebooks for free. Then Magazine Lib is obviously getting magazines for free, different ebook sites, and then you get down here to free tutorials and this Galaxy site, and those are all about different tutorials, getting those for free, video tutorials, learning how to do things like programming. Very helpful, highly recommend those. The seventh drop-down menu here features all different upload sites. The first 8 or so websites there are all different free image hosting websites. Streamable is a short video clip hosting website. Docdroid hosts PDFs, Insta Audio, MP3 files. Then you have all your different file lockers and cloud storage websites, all the way down until you get to the debrid type websites, which generate premium links from those file hosting websites. They're very handy. There's a couple freebie ones, but they have a lot of ads and you have to jump through a lot of hoops. It may be worth the few dollars that you have to spend to get a premium account at one of those debrid websites. So you can basically get a premium account at 30 or 40 of those other file locker websites. Also highly recommended. The last column here is kind of the miscellaneous column. Handy websites like Amazon, PayPal. Windy, which is a really cool weather website. Then popular email providers, Gmail, Proton Mail, and C-Templar, which is what we are currently using as our email provider. It is a Icelandic high security anonymous email provider. I really like it, highly recommend it. A couple throwaway email websites which can generate you emails that you can use so you don't get a lot of spam mail at your real email address. Bunch of different handy websites here, paste websites for PDF editing, sites that you can upload executable files to see if there's a virus in it, speed tests, websites to archive or save a website in case it goes offline. Photopea is like Photoshop but in your browser. Squoosh, it optimizes images. Build PC part pickers for building a new computer. Lots of different interesting links here. Then you get down to some of the hacker links and database dumps and things like that. And the last few links there are different GitHub lists that I found very interesting. Some of those contain hundreds, if not thousands, of interesting and handy links, so I highly recommend reading through those. You can really get lost in there for a while. Now, before we leave the drop-down menus here and move to the left side of the page, I do want to point out that you can move these links around by clicking and holding where this 4 dots are to the left side of the link, and you can actually drag and drop the links in a different order, and it will automatically save via cookies once again. So that's also really cool. And then also, if you do not like a link or you want to make some room for some more of your own custom links, you can click the X next to one and it will say, do you really want to delete this? And you can click yes, and that link is now then gone, and you can add one of your own then instead. Once again, also very cool and handy. First thing on the left side you'll notice is this little pencil or pen icon. If you click on that, it opens a little window here, and you can type whatever you want in there. It's just like your little to-do list, notepad, whatever you want to consider it. You can type whatever you want in there, and once again you can let it close and it will autosave via cookies. So that's another little handy feature that you can attribute to this web page. Now here in the left hand menu, if you just hover over those 3 lines, it'll just automatically pop open. You can then move your mouse just back to the main part of the screen and it'll auto close, or you can click the X there to close it. Now if you click on the first link, it'll open the news, and it probably pulls from about 50 to 100 different websites. Basically it scrapes their RSS feeds and their website and just formulates a list and sorts them in order by time, chronological order, I guess you could say, with the newest being at the top and the oldest being at the bottom. The second item here is the tech news feed. Essentially the same thing as the Newsfeed, just with only tech-related news. Once again, this pulls from about 50 or 100 different websites and blogs, and works basically the same way, chronological order with the newest at the top. Not as much tech news as regular news, so it doesn't update quite as frequently, but still quite a few articles there available. The radio page is just a lightweight JavaScript audio player.
It connects to many different online radio stations and mostly features music there all throughout, with some comedy, podcast, news, and even tech-related stations there at the bottom. Very handy little radio and audio player there. Next, there is the crypto page, which just displays all the cryptocurrency prices, market cap, current price, volume, supply. If you click on one of the cryptocurrencies, it shows you a pretty in-depth and interactive chart. You can even click the converter button at the top, and it'll bring you to the WebOasis cryptocurrency price conversion page, and you can convert it between different cryptocurrency prices, or you can even convert it to regular currency prices and vice versa. Also pretty nifty. There is a weather page. I'm not going to click on it because it shows your exact location almost immediately and extremely accurately. So just as a safety precaution for myself there. The password page is a password generator. You can specify the password length. Defaults to 15. Obviously, the more the better. And works pretty well. The next page, the editor page, is an image editor. Now, it's not as good as Photoshop, so if you have that already, stick with Photoshop. But if you don't have Photoshop on your computer and you want something a little bit better than Microsoft Paint, and you don't want to install anything, this is perfect. Plus, it only runs JavaScript on your computer locally. It does not upload the image to the server at all. It's all JavaScript done in your browser locally. Very cool. WebOasis even has a stock market page. It takes a second or two to open because it's actually loading 2,000 or 3,000 different stocks at once. Basically all the ones on the NASDAQ. When it first opens up, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but you can actually do quite a bit if you play with the filters at the top of each column. You can type in, click on the filter icon, and then type in the symbol that you're interested in, and it will filter it out to where it's the only one that shows up, and you can click on it, and it tells all about it with charts, everything. Pretty neat. You can do that same filter with the name. You can do it with the price, currency, all of these. They also have different historical performance and fundamental data tabs, technical analysis, just a bunch of different ways to look at the stocks. Pretty powerful software that's also free and requires no login. There's an arcade where there's currently 7 games. There's a tube site where WebOasis has pre-selected numerous different videos relating to science and technology, programming tutorials, history, nature, all just different kinds of interesting learning documentaries. Once again, highly recommended. Now, if you thought there were a bunch of links on the home page, you haven't seen anything until you've seen the FAQ page. FAQ is frequently asked questions. They seem to be adding some weekly. Every time I refresh, there's new ones added at the bottom. This is probably the best page of all of them on the entire website. There's so many different links throughout. I'm not going to go through the whole list here because it would be a 2-hour-long video, and I'm not going to do that. But I highly suggest you just click expand there at the top and take a half hour and go through and click through all those links, you'll find some really interesting stuff. Now I want to point out some of the different features in the left-hand panel here. If you click on the Add New Links button, you type in the title of a website, the URL, and then what column you want it to show up in. The the blue icon with the down arrow is the downloads column. The purple film reel icon is the streaming column, and so forth. You just click save, and it should appear at the bottom. And once again, you can click and hold those like 4 little dots next to or to the left of where it appears there, and you can drag it up further up in the list and have it appear wherever you'd like. If you don't like those dots and that X showing up in the list there, you can check this little box, hide link menu icons, and now they're gone. Once you kind of settle where everything is supposed to be, you can check that, and it makes the list of links a little prettier. There's a lot of links to Reddit in this drop-down list right here. A lot of people do not like the new Reddit design, so they had, I guess, a lot of requests to link directly to the old Reddit design. So if you click the use old Reddit, now all the links will go to old Reddit. You can see that at the very bottom there, it's going to old.reddit.com. That will be the old Reddit design then. Old Reddit design is a lot more lightweight, has less errors and bugs. I do actually like it better myself. The new Reddit design would be good if they would make it faster and fix all the bugs, but it's Reddit. Go down a little bit further, and if you would like your searches to open in a new tab every time, you can check mark that. If you have changed a bunch of settings and don't want to go back and try to unchange them all manually, you can just hit reset all to default. It'll refresh the page and it will clear everything, all cookies, all local storage. It's actually not a bad idea to do that once in a while, because if they add new links, it basically forces your browser to clear out the cache and download a new copy of the website to get any new links from WebOasis. So it's actually not a bad idea to click that button every now and again. You can actually export your customized settings to a file, so that way you can save it, and then you can re-import that file back in to gain back all your bookmarks and all your customized settings. So that's a kind of a way to take your WebOasis bookmarks with you, or you could back it up to your email or the cloud or something like that. What's really cool is recently they've added where you can change the color of the matrix to anything you want, really. They've also added recently 4 new background animations. Some of them can use a little bit more system resources than others, so you may want to monitor that in Task Manager and be aware of that. If you have a beefier computer, it may not matter, but if you have a laptop or an older computer, it may be using more resources than you'd like. I'm not going to wait for this one to get going all the way because it takes a while, but it looks pretty cool once it really gets going fast, so check that one out. This one is probably my favorite next to the Matrix animation, the original. I'll probably always love that one the most just because it was the first, but this one's a close second. I really do like this one. and this is the circuit animation. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but some people seem to like it, I guess. Now, there are some static backgrounds if you don't like your background moving and animated on you and using resources. If you'd like that all to be disabled, you can choose from a pre-selected background. There's 6 of them here to choose from. I think they're all pretty nice looking. But if you would like to pick one of your own, you can click custom background and upload a file from your computer. When I say upload, it does not actually upload to their server. It is uploaded into your browser's cache. It's an interesting JavaScript kind of trick they use to store the image just in your browser's cache there. So once again, no account or anything required. They've listed their email here. If you see any bugs or want any new features or anything like that, feel free to contact them. They're very warm and receptive people. Thank you, and that's been the tutorial on how to use WebOasis. But wait, there's more. If you press, while on the main page of WebOasis, if you press Shift and tilde or tilde, I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there it goes. I guess I had to click on the background and then press it. Tilde or tilde is the key to the left of the 1. It's above tab, that key. If you press that and shift at the same time, it opens the secret menu. The first is a streaming site for baseball and hockey. The second is a private direct download forum, and all the rest of them are private torrent trackers. Highly recommend the subreddit trackers for more information on how to join private trackers. In their little sidebar, they have more information on that.